Welcome back to Homestead Aquarius. Wanted to bring you a quick Shed Wars video today. The pots that you see here, this is the ones that I had my okra in. If you'll notice, they're going in sort of a raising the bar status here, kind of like that. We've got one that looks bad, one that looks good, and then we've got Goldilocks right here, which is in the middle, although I would prefer this one here. This is okra, the okra that I planted. I also planted Malabar spinach in here, and so far the Malabar spinach has not come up, unless you consider just weeds to be Malabar spinach. That is not Malabar spinach, but you can see what is coming up. Look at all that back there. That's when you can see beyond the mosquitoes there is a whole bunch of chocolate mint. You know, it's been spreading, and I've got to get in there and dig that out, or my whole kitchen is going to be covered in it, and we can't have that. But what happened here is these got overtaken. I'm sorry to say, but it's been, I keep hearing people talk about how it's been a bad year. It's been a bad year, okay? Things have not gone right for many people, and that's what's happened here. Anyhow, these were gradually overtaken by some really fast-growing weeds. Now, that one was the worst. It went without sunlight. This one went without a little bit less sunlight, and then this one had full sun. Now, it's getting cool in the year, and folks, I'm going to tell you what, this is not a serious gardening video, okay? But it does give you some idea about the sun, and you know how much it's got to have that. But I wanted, when I was out here weeding yesterday, I found something that's sort of a surprise. I was pulling up weeds, and one particular pot, I'll move that to where it's in the center of the action here. This is, again, the little Brazilian pepper, the little bird's beak pepper that John sent me last year in the spring. And I grew this all winter, all summer and fall, and then I overwintered it in the house, okay? So when I put it out in the spring, it was already growing. It was already, you know, good and woke up and everything. I already had leaves on it, and I set it outside. So you can do that. Now, I asked him what I should do on this, since he's the pepper man, and I'm going to up-pot it this year before I overwinter it again. But look what I found here. Whenever I was out here weeding, you know, I started pulling everything out. Look at here. Look what I've got in here. I've got little pepper plants coming up from the seeds from the pepper pods. Some of them that I didn't collect last year, but fallen right down there like that, and like this one, and they came up from there. So now I have got a few little volunteer baby pepper plants. Now, that's what I love to see. And so I guess now I do have something to talk about that's for serious gardening. I like for my gardens to be as carefree as possible. That's my theory. And the way I've potted this was the way that John teaches you how to do it, where there's lots of organic material in the pot. It cuts down on the time that you need to, or cuts down on the watering. You know, there's many things. There's a way that he does it, and since he's the Pepper King, you know, I wanted to follow along with him and do it the way he did it. And I'll tell you what, I'll leave a link to the video where I did that in the description. It was from a good long time ago, relatively speaking, well over a year ago. But it'll show you how to do this. I'll try to find, I don't know, I'll find one of them and put them in there, and you can go find the other one. But I thought that was awful neat, because seeds that reproduce after their own kind, that's what I'm all about. I don't want any hybrid things that I have to replant every year. I want something that makes a fruit or some type of vegetable as beautiful as that. And then when you get the seeds, it makes something as beautiful as that right there. New plants ready to go, just like the parents. So that would be my big Shed Wars tip to give you. It's okay to have the hybrids that you want to grow if you want to grow stuff. You know, because some of those plants that we grow that are hybrids, they are growing for a specific reason. Some of them have drought resistance or disease resistance for many different things, and it's important. Now, if you get cut off from that seed supply, you cannot continue to grow something like that. If it's an open pollinated seed, if it's an heirloom seed, then you can save that seed out and grow it the next year. And in today's world, when so many of us were talking about and hearing about worries with our food supply, that's incredibly important. And these little babies right here, you know, gives me the chance to talk about that. It's something that's very near and dear to my heart, is the fact that you can do things the way nature intended it to be done. You know, you can have your hybrid seeds for something during good times if you want high production, or, you know, whatever it is. And on the subject of that, just about every seed is a hybrid of some kind over the years, but it's not something that can't reproduce the next generation in the same fashion as it was. So if you're a new gardener, or if you've always been a fan of certain things, really consider having heirloom and open pollinated varieties of seed that will reproduce after their own kind. If you do that, a lot of times you find that nature is helping you garden and helping you make it to the next year. Because if you get cut off from your seed supply, then you have nothing. So anyhow, with that, that'll be all I've got to say about that on this episode of Shed Wars from here at Homestead Aquarius. And I hope to see you folks again. Hope to see you tomorrow. A lot of stuff going on in my life right now, and it's been one of those years for all of us. But anyhow, y'all be good and get you some good seeds to plant, and make sure you've got some for next year. Y'all be good.